Hi guys, I'm Katie Room from Periapsis Press, and today we are going to look at $100 worth of indie sci-fi and fantasy books. $100 worth of physical. And I always choose the more expensive hardcover when it's available, so keep all of that in mind. Hi to the strategic author and to Michael Kane in the chat. Very nearly was going to be late. David has the baby. He's holding him. And the baby was asleep. We put the baby down. And then during the transition, other children needed attention. But everybody is settled now. So I should be good. We'll give this a shot anyway. In my short where I showed all of the boxes and packages that I got for this video, there are 3 boxes and 3 envelopes. There are 6 books. So I chose that option on Amazon where it's like, send everything to arrive on the same day so that you can save on shipping and packaging and stuff. They sent everything in its own box, so I get to do a lot of opening. All of the stuff here, except for one thing, I have read and reviewed on periapsispress.com, where I review indie sci-fi and fantasy books. So if anything looks interesting to you, I encourage you to check out the book itself, the author, other stuff that they have done, and if you want to know more about the book, before you jump into it, my reviews, I try and do long form reviews that really get into the nitty-gritty of why I liked a book. And everything on my site is a recommendation, so you don't have to deep dive. I recommend these books. All right. Let's get started. Oh, I probably don't even need this. I should close it. First one. Hi to Christopher Menkhouse. Oh, this is a good one. Couldn't believe I didn't already have this, but checked my shelf. This is R.H. Snow's Watcher of the Damned, Transmutation Texas. Let's see. I have slides, as usual. There. This book is something of an oddity, I suppose, in post-apocalyptic fiction. Just you can tell that she has this deep love for her Texas. And it really comes through. So the setting is much more vibrant than would be typical in that genre. So the way that I open my review, this is my blurb, not hers. You are welcome to go and look at hers online. A stunning post-apocalyptic Western featuring mutated humans, monsters, cultists, and loving descriptions of Texas. Watcher of the Damned Volume 1 delivers something uniquely beautiful in the dystopian genre. Eric Wag. I apologize. Okay. I usually try and show you guys some of the interior. Off-white paper. She also has these really beautiful sketch illustrations that she does herself. It's really fantastic. Try and find a chapter heading to show you guys. Yep. Simple, but nice. First line is indented. That's fine. A lot of people do that these days. It's hard to get formatting programs to do that right. Hey to John Douglas. Yes, I've heard of him, George Martin. If he was actually an up-and-coming author, like, he would just be one of those people who constantly talks about their book, but never actually puts it out. Okay. Watcher of the Dam. Recommend. I also usually say, this is Matt, which I don't like, but it's fine. This one I just reviewed recently. This is Flight from Shadow by J. Philip Jones. Looks great. Very vibrant colors. Yep. It's matte. People tell me that you can get the scuffs out of matte. So I will have to find a microfiber cloth and go through my collection at some point and just try and scrub those. Yes, I like my glossies. Welcome, Jonathan. Michael Caine says sometimes you can get the scuffs out. All right, let's see. So, First Contact Sci-Fi, it's short, featuring a crew that has struck it rich, an unexplored star system, and extra-dimensional aliens. It's the first book in the Voyages of the Philosopher King series, and it delivers a fun, bite-sized adventure. I have found that indies in general right now are tending to err towards a little bit shorter, a little bit punchier, and I appreciate it. Off-white paper. Looks nice. There's a chapter heading, very simple, streamlined sci-fi look. Yeah. I'm excited to have that one. I don't think I shared it online, just in my Discord. We recently had a book delivered to our house during a torrential downpour. They did not take it 10 more steps to our porch. They left it in front of the gutter. Luckily, the book was wrapped in plastic on the inside. Yeah. This is the one that I haven't reviewed yet. This is the Shoot the Devil anthology. We are reading this as our book club book, which we will hopefully begin discussing this week. Last week, ran into kid troubles again. had to call everything off. But previously, we had done a book club on the Silence and Star Song magazine, and that was a lot of fun. So this time we're doing the Shoot the Devil anthology. There's quite a few people in this anthology that I've reviewed their larger work. So this is a pretty easy win for me. I know, for example, Lamplighter, Newquist, LaPointe. like these people are, oh, and Michael Gallagher too. I know that these stories, at least I have a high chance of enjoying, which with an anthology, right? Like I already know I'm going to like close to 50% of the book. And then I will have the opportunity to get my feet wet with some new authors that I haven't tried before. And then if I end up liking their short story, then I'll probably check out other stuff that they've done. Would love to have you guys join us. Just reach out to me or tune in here at my channel. Oh, I should look inside it. It's matte again. White paper. Very, very small margins. Not that it matters that much. It doesn't affect anything except where I put my fingers. Here's a chapter heading, or I should say a story heading. Looks great. Yeah. Great. Good stuff. All right. Now I will use the knife. Prepare yourselves. Ah, yes. Oh, it came a little bit warped. This is hardcover Neighbors by Christopher Menkhaus. And if that name looks familiar, it's because he was in the chat. Yeah, it's just a little bit. I'll get this straight there. A little bit warped. It's a bummer. It's great on the inside. Nice. Very nice. Off-white paper. Nice chapter headings. This one has text messages between people. They look great too. They look like text messages. Yeah, great. Glossy, because it's the hardcover. I don't think they do matte hardcovers. Nice. Very nice. When I first saw the back, I was like, what did I order? But it's supposed to look like cassette tapes. Yes. Mixtape is when Wendy, the main character, has, well, not Wendy's not the main character. Who's the main character? Wait, now I'm confused. Heather. Heather is the main character. Wendy's her friend. And Wendy makes the mixtape. I'm pretty sure I've got that. Heather. Definitely recommend. Hi to the Maverick Werewolf. I like glossy and I like hardcovers. They hold up. And plus I like to do stuff like this. And it's really hard on paperbacks. The side of the box gives way before the tape. There we go. Ooh, this one got stuffing. Ah, it's a matte hardcover. So I guess they do it. Child of Fire by Austin Colton. Probably the worst possible name because it's so generic. A equally generic series name, The Ballad of Sorrows. But really great. I enjoyed it very, very much. Sword and Sorcery. Oh, I totally forgot to look at my slide for Neighbors. I'll do that while I'm on this one. I will do this first. Dark fantasy story featuring a brawly. What was I thinking when I said that? Brawly. I know what I was thinking. Just doesn't sound as good out loud. Fire mage who goes toe-to-toe with flesh-eating monsters controlled by a shadowy figure. The Sword and Sorcery book kicks off the Ballad of Sorrow series with savage action. It is right up there with some of the other Sword and Sorcery stuff. A little bit harder hitting. Sword and Sorcery. It always comes scuffed. I don't know if you guys can see how. Okay, there's definitely this one here that you can see, but it's there. And right across the front of the character too. I definitely have to try and get those scuffs out. White paper. Pretty simple, looks great. Yeah. Getting books and holding them in your hands is the best. I flipping through it and just can see the story and remembering it, and gives me a lot of pleasure. I had no idea that Neighbors was going to be this thick. That's the other thing about physical books, is you can feel and see them and smell, of course. Neighbors. Suspenseful sci-fi tale featuring star-crossed romance, rival nanotech corporations, and a monstrous secret. It also has fairy tale elements to it, which I wasn't expecting from the blurb in the description. But might be a draw for some people, so good. Glad I did that. Okay, last one. I have no comment. All right. It's another chunk. Yikes. Oh boy. I thought one of the pages got folded, but it is ripped hardcore. It's all there though, I think. I'll have to tape it. Bummer. This is Echoes Through Distant Glass. So it was false when I said that I had read everything except Shoot the Devil. This one I intend to read. Michael Caine reviewed it, and I asked if I could share his review on my website. I've read a couple of S. Kirk Pierce-Chala's short stories in one of the anthologies and enjoyed them, so I feel confident recommending her larger works in a sort of a general sense. And I have done book clubs with Michael Caine, so I feel confident in putting forth his opinion as being reliable and his recommendation as being reliable. So sorry, I was distracted again. Yes. So this is one I intend to read. And it is beautiful. Look at that. Echoes through distant glass. Very big. And other than the rip, off-white paper. Looks great. Very simple, very sci-fi looking. Chapter headings. Make sure. Go. Cyberpunk, techno thriller, dystopia, family drama, near future sci-fi. Echoes Through Distant Glass weaves a lot of different genres and ideas into its pages. There's a lot to admire here, and fans of these genres will probably find something to love in the unique mixture. Again, Michael Caine reviewed this for me. Strategic Author says, this is why I like direct sales. I can see the actual book I'm sending to my readers. Yep. Yeah, it's a bad rip. This has not happened to me before. I've had severely damaged corners, which I'm not certain is the post office's fault. I think, or even Amazon. It might happen even before they get them. But I've not seen rips like this. So I'm pretty bummed. But, you know, I don't know. This might be well, I don't know. It will be taped. I will do the best repair that I can. Ooh, the inside cover is looking rough too. So it's causing a pretty severe wave in the. That's why I opened it in the first place, to that spot. Both of these hardcovers tend to bow out at the end. This one's gloss, this one's matte again. Just see how it like bows out. This one's nice and tight. Except for that. Oh, maybe it's not nice and tight. It looks tight on this end. This one comes out a bit. It's almost like it's bound too tight at the spine for the cover to hold all of it comfortably. That's obviously not the author's fault. That is Amazon printing. But that being said, I still prefer hardcover because over time that's going to hold up a whole lot better to shelfware and use. Interesting. This size, I see a lot of indies choose, which is interesting to me. It's bigger. It's on the bigger side. Much more common to have something like this traditionally published unless it is a later reprinting. So that is interesting. As far as preference, I probably, for reading, like something smaller. But to go on the shelf, I like things to look good. So I don't mind the bigger look, especially for a longer book. Like, these are chunky. They would be enormous in a shorter size. So, all right. All but one of these. I only got one glossy, and my hands feel all icky. Michael Caine points out that the bigger sizes are often cheaper to print. Yeah. Yep. Very true. I wanted to show you guys this. I got this as a gift. It's absolutely gorgeous. It is interior art from the book A Forest Story. And apparently it was translated from Italian. And there is like one printing back in like the 1920s. And it costs like $150 if you want to buy, or more if you want to buy it. I think the cheapest copy I saw, complete with child's editions in the end papers, right? Scribbles, was like $75. So I'm really, really interested to know if you guys have ever heard of this, and if I should try to find it, or if I should try, because it's a hedgehog with a sword fighting a snake. Like, that's pretty awesome. But I've never heard of it before. So I'm really, really interested to hear if anybody else has. And also, like, it's a handkerchief. Like, I wanted people to see it. Every way that you can wear a handkerchief, people won't see it. Oh, Jonathan Sugar says that there is a new Endure font that's supposed to cut down on book size. Interesting. I wonder how they do that. If it's just smaller, a smaller font, or if the word will come to me probably later tonight when I'm laying in bed. The way that letters mesh. Oh, well. Okay. Bought some Lego. It was my birthday, so got some monies. What did I do with it? Bought books and Lego. Michael Caine says, I can't change fonts for the last book, though. Katie would kill me. Kerning, yes, thank you. I appreciate you, Prairie Fox. Yeah, don't change stuff for your last book. Michael Caine is already on thin ice with changing his printer. When I get the next book, the jacket will not fit the same. I'm actually waiting until the last one comes out to complete my series, because then what I'm going to do is buy a whole set. and then they will all be the same. Then I will have to do something with the ones that I already have. Not get rid of them, of course. I should say not just get rid of them. It has to be something special. You haven't changed the printer yet. I'm thinking about it. The dust jackets look great. This works. It like I said, there's presentation issues. But that's, Amazon gets them to me. All right. It's, and it meant that there was less. I mean, you get what you pay for, right? It's all trade-offs. Okay. So that was $100 worth of indie sci-fi and fantasy books, plus the Shoot the Devil anthology. If you guys haven't tried an indie short stories anthology, let me encourage you to give it a shot. I thought that I hated short story anthologies until I started reading indie books. Trad Pub anthologies tend to be more about short story as a medium with particular beats and things that they're attempting to do. Particularly the sort of emotional manipulation with twists. And because of the way that Trad Pub is currently and the kinds of stories they want to put forward, it just ends up being one story after another of characters that are just awful people, or they're people who you are not supposed to like, and then awful things happening to them, right? It's not enough to have a satisfying ending. It has to leave you feeling uncomfortable. And I don't appreciate that. Indie anthologies, in my experience thus far, have been much more focused on delivering fun. And they are very good at giving you a taste of what the author is about. Is this author readable to you, right? You get a sense of their style, as opposed to an author writing a short story. You get a short story from this author. And you also get a sense of what that author is going to deliver by way of payoff, right? Happy endings, twists, characters getting their comeuppance, revenge, whatever their kind of story is going to help you know if you can trust them with more of your time and money, which I appreciate. I've reviewed a few, and by and large, I've been very, very pleased. So I encourage you to check out anything that I've reviewed on my website. Again, I only review stuff there that I like and recommend. And if you guys are interested in joining us to discuss Shoot the Devil, we will be doing that very, very shortly. That's why I bought this. All right, I'm going to call it a night. I know it's a little bit earlier, a little bit shorter of a live stream. I appreciate everybody who came and hung out with me tonight. You guys have a great one.